If you want to fully prepare for PTE core without failure, check out our self-paced course link in the description. We guarantee your improvement, and if you don't see it, get all your money back. More details in the description. Okay, I have a question now. Have you ever looked at the PTE core describe image task and thought, okay, I see some bars or a weird process diagram, but what should I say for that 40 seconds? Well, today, in this video, we are going to fix that forever. We are not just going to talk strategies. I've got two brand new examples with real images. We will do one bar graph and one process diagram together, and by the end, you will know exactly how to break down any image and speak with confidence. So grab a notebook, get comfy, let's dive in. Okay, just a refresher. For the describe image task, you get 20 seconds to look at the picture and you get 40 seconds to speak. Sounds simple, right? But remember, you are scored not for reading numbers, but for showing a clear structure, fluent speaking, confident pronunciation. Got it? So let's put this into practice with our first example. Here is the image. So this is an average weekly homework hours by grade. If you see here, we have got four grades, grade 5, grade 6, grade 7, and grade 8, and their homework hours per week. So let's use my 5-step formula for bar graphs. You can also pause the video, try to observe this bar graph by yourself, try to analyze the trend or comparisons between the data, and please note down my 5-step formula because this will be helpful for you to process the bar graph. Okay, so the first one is the introduction. You can start by saying what does the bar graph illustrate. So here it illustrates the average number of weekly homework hours among students from grade 5 to grade 8 in the year 2024, correct? And then go with the overall trend. So what is the overall trend here? If you see an overall picture here, grade 7 students spend the most time on homework, whereas grade 5 spends the last, right? And try to compare and contrast the data. Grade 7 students completed around 9 hours, which is almost double of the grade 5. Grade 6 and grade 8 had similar figures with 7 and 6 hours respectively. So this way you can just try to compare and contrast the data. Then try to use the numbers wisely. This is the fourth step. The biggest gap, if you see here, between grade 5 and grade 7 with a difference of 4 hours per week, that you can just make a note of it, okay? And finally end with a conclusion. In conclusion, older students tend to spend more time on homework, though grade 8 surprisingly had fewer hours than grade 7. So this way you can just make a note of all the factors that you need to include. Start with an introduction, try to speak about the overall trend, and then compare and contrast the data given. Try to use the numbers wisely, and then finally end with a conclusion. So now we will just move on to our response. Okay, I'll just tell my response. The bar graph illustrates the average weekly homework hours for students in grade 5 to 8 in the year 2024. It provides a clear comparison of how much time students at different grade levels dedicate to homework on a weekly basis. Overall, we can see that grade 7 students spend the most time on homework, whereas grade 5 students spend the least. This indicates that generally, as students progress through school, the amount of homework tends to increase, though there are some variations along the way. Specifically, grade 7 students averaged 9 hours per week, which is the highest among all four grades, showing a significant commitment to their studies. In contrast, grade 5 students only recorded 5 hours per week, highlighting a much lighter workload for younger students. Looking at other grades, grade 6 students spent about 7 hours weekly on homework, which is slightly higher than grade 8. students who averaged 6 hours per week. Interestingly, this shows a small drop in homework hours for grade 8 compared to grade 6, suggesting that the pattern does not strictly increase with every grade. The most striking contrast is clearly between grade 5 and grade 7, with a difference of 4 hours per week, which represents a significant jump in workload from lower to middle grades. In conclusion, the graph shows that homework hours generally increase with the grade level, reflecting greater academic expectations as students advance, although grade 8 does not fully follow this trend, possibly indicating a lighter workload or a different curriculum demand in the final year of middle school. Okay, let me tell you why my response works. Okay, first one is the content. If you see the content, it covers the highest, lowest, and comparisons. Got it? So the entire content is covered. Then the second one is fluency. I have used smooth transitions, right, and no awkward pauses. And the third one is vocabulary. I have used words like illustrate, specifically, striking contrast, so on. And if you see the timing also, it stays within the 40 seconds, right? So this response will score you higher. Try to follow this 5-step formula and then you can expand your vocabulary and use transition words in order to give your full response. Got it? Now let's move on to the next one, process diagram. Okay, this is just a fun way of how pizza is made. It's like very simple one. Here is how I tackle process diagram using my 5-step SIT CP method. What do you mean by SIT CP method? Let me tell you clearly. The first one, you have to start with the title. You can start with a title such as the diagram illustrates the process of preparing pizza from dough preparation to serving. And then the second one, you have to identify the stages. So how many stages involved in this process? There are 5 main stages, right? And the third one, you can talk about the process, talk through the process. First, the dough is prepared and rolled. Next, toppings such as cheese and vegetables are added. Then the pizza is baked in an oven. Finally, it is served hot and ready to eat. So this is the process, right? So you have to take them through the process. And fourth one is connect with linking words. So you can use phrases, transition words such as after, before, however, finally, firstly, secondly, all these things. Got it? And the fifth one is you have to present the outcome. Say, for example, the final product is a freshly baked pizza ready for consumption. Got it? Okay, so try to apply this SIT-CP method for your preparation and then come up with a response. Okay, let me tell my response now. This process diagram illustrates how pizza is prepared and served. It consists of 5 main stages. First, the dough is carefully prepared and rolled into the desired shape. Next, various toppings such as cheese, vegetables, and other ingredients are evenly added to the base. Following this, the pizza is placed in a hot oven and baked until it is cooked thoroughly and the toppings are melted and golden. Finally, the freshly baked pizza is served hot to customers. Overall, the diagram shows a straightforward and organized process that transforms raw ingredients into a delicious, ready to eat meal, ensuring that each stage contributes to a high quality pizza. Got it? So, this is my response. I'll tell you again why this response works. The first one is content. As I said, it covers all the steps, right? And no stage is missed here. Then the second one is fluency. If you see, we have a very smooth flow using sequence words like first, next, following this, finally, overall, isn't it? And then the pronunciation. We have also used everyday vocabulary, easy to say clearly, so that it is easy for me to pronounce the words. And confidence doesn't overcomplicate, just clear and logical. Got it? All right, so before we wrap up, here are golden nuggets to practice this task. Don't describe everything. You just need to focus on trends or main steps and practice with a timer. 40 seconds is shorter than you think. Record yourself and play it back and try to ask, do I sound clear, confident, and structured? Use images from your daily life, bar graphs from the news, or even draw your own process diagrams. The more variety you practice, the more prepared you will be. So, if you want to fully prepare for the PTE core without failure, check out our self-paced course link in the description. We guarantee your improvement, and if you don't see it, get all your money back. More details in the description. Bye bye.